Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be, whatever time it is. Today, we're going to be talking about the power of assumption. In this lesson, you're going to understand how your basic assumptions and concepts of self actually translate into the experiences that you have every single day. Be sure while you're listening to this and hopefully taking notes to begin to really notice how certain events, certain circumstances have maybe repeated themselves in your life because of basic assumptions about your life or your business. There's some really powerful stuff in here, so make sure you pay attention and let's dive in. Awesome. So this is all about the power of assumption. And this is a chart that we have created at the Reality Hacker Academy that is, in our experience, the most basic and easily digestible chart that'll help you understand how assumption really works. So in the first principle, we talked about this idea, this concept that who you really are is infinite, right? Who you really are is what is aware of everything that is. And that awareness is infinite in nature. And we call that the I am self, okay? And that I am self is your basic identity. That is who you really are. And everything else, from your skin color to your body to your bones to your assumptions to your experiences, everything else is a projection of that. So this is how it works. So you've got your I am, which is who you are. I am. And for the sake of this exercise, we're going to discuss a few different I ams and the results therein. So this is how it works. You've got your I am, and then you've got an identity or an assumption. Wealthy. Healthy. Let's do whole. And let's do let's just do those three for now. That's really all we're going to do. So this is how this works. You've got your I am self, and you've got your identities, which we called conditioned awareness. And this conditioned awareness, or imagination, fuses with your I am state. And what happens when your conditioned awareness fuses with your I am state is that results in feelings and ideas and inner dialogue. Okay, so secure, right? That's a feeling that would come from assuming that you are wealthy or knowing that you are wealthy. Okay, healthy, full of vigor. Full of vigor, right? That's something that would come from being healthy. Whole, your inner dialogue, you don't seek to be completed by anything. And it's super important, actually, and that's something we can discuss in another time. But, so let's see, complete. So, here's the thing. This is how this happens, is your I amness fuses with these assumptions, which in turn turn into feelings, inner dialogues, and stories, which inevitably create actions. So from these stories and feelings, we are always taking action. We are never taking an action that is out of alignment with our concept of ourself. And what happens with those actions is that they create results. Great health. Great relationships. So, again, we talk about your I am state that fuses with assumption, healthy, wealthy, whole. In turn, creating feelings and inner dialogues, secure, complete, full of vigor, which in turn provokes action that creates results. Great relationships, financially secure, great health. And it's really important to understand that this last box is the result of this second box, right? The results are the product of the action. The action is the product of the stories and the feelings. The stories and the feelings are the product of this first box, which is your assumption that is fused with your infinite potential. So this is the power of assumption. When you choose to assume something new about yourself, something new about your life on a subconscious level, so much that it fuses with your I amness, what happens is that you begin to see the world in a completely different way. You begin to have completely new inner dialogues. You begin to experience feelings that you've never felt before. And you begin to take action that you've never taken before. And not only does the action become action you've never taken, but it becomes action that doesn't require tons of hustle. Okay? That's what we're getting at here. We are getting you to a place where you do not have to hustle and grind and bust your ass in order to tap into your unlimited supply of perfect, high-paying clients. And that action produces results. And so a really cool concept is called the law of reversibility. And we may talk about this a little later. But here's the thing. The law of reversibility says that every cause has an effect. And every cause that has an effect, that same effect can be the cause of what was the cause. So, for example, if your I amness that is fused with assumptions or states of consciousness produces feelings and inner dialogue that in turn provoke action that creates results, you can, by the very nature of the law of reversibility, choose to feel a certain way, right? You can choose to feel as if something has happened, and in turn, the assumption will be created. So you can really hack this by looking at it reverse. So if a psychological state, right, our interpreted meaning from sensory phenomena, a psychological state can produce an assumption. An assumption can produce a psychological state. We'll talk about that a little more later, but this is the power of assumption. Your assumptions literally write your world. Absolutely everything that you're going through in your business and your life is the product of your conscious or unconscious assumptions. And there is no external factor that is holding you back from your success. There's absolutely none, because you are the operant power in your reality. There is nothing holding you back or resisting you from your success except for yourself. So we're going to be talking about that in the next video, and that's called second cause. It's a really good concept that's going to allow you to shoot forward like a bullet in tapping into your unlimited supply of perfect, high-paying clients. Just to go over it one more time, this is the power of assumption. Your infinite self is fused with perceptions, with assumptions, which are truths that we consent to. Those assumptions create feelings and ideas. Those ideas provoke action. That action creates results. So, a hack that you can do to slingshot yourself through this course and ensure your success is to assume right now that you are already tapped into your unlimited supply of perfect, high-paying clients. How do you assume that? You tap into the feeling. I want you to sit back for a second and I want you to ask yourself, how would it feel if I had an unlimited supply of perfect, high-paying clients? How would it feel? It would probably feel amazing. Satisfaction, relief, joy, abundance, right here in your belly. I want you to persist in those feelings. As you go through the rest of this course, persist in those feelings. Remember the power of assumption. We'll see you next time.